Oh man, good evening from quite a misty Dubai, as Bitcoin is definitely far from misty. Bitcoin breaking through 34,000 and really defying a lot of odds and reminding us of the time when the gold ETF got approved. We saw a massive push up. You've got many analysts now coming out, calling those big numbers out like we predicted, right? We called this whole pump. I said days ago, guys, are you going to sit on the sidelines? What are you waiting for? Who are you waiting for to come tap you on the shoulder and say buy some Bitcoin? Where is your conviction? Why are you not in? Are you waiting for the perfect price point? I said those exact words. Are you waiting for 28.5, 29,000? Well, guess what? Now Bitcoin, in the moment I was flying, broke straight through to 32, then 33, then 34. It's just not stopping. And is it going to stop? As more FOMO starts to kick into the market, more and more people are going to start hearing about Bitcoin, because what is Bitcoin's biggest marketing tool? It's the inbuilt price pumps that creates the hype, gets people Googling Bitcoin and saying, I want a piece of that. So if you guys aren't in right now, you need to ask yourself, what is it you're waiting for? I'm going to repeat the message. You still, even though you're silly for not getting in a few days ago, it's fine. What is, don't cry over spilt milk, it's done now. You still have an opportunity, but I can't do it for you. I can't take your phone out. I can't go into your wallet. I can't transfer some fiat and say hit buy on Bitcoin. I can't, right? But what can you guys do? You can take action. You can decide, is this an asset class I want to bet against? Is this an asset class that's continually proven people wrong time and time again? Is it an asset class that the world has proven to need in the light of failing fiat systems and traditional banking? And you can take action on that. But you won't if you don't have conviction. You won't if you haven't spent the time researching, if you haven't put in the work learning. And that's what you need to do right now. You need to decide, are you in or are you out? Because this spot ETF is getting closer, guys. This pump is not happening without some insider knowledge, without people going, hang on, something is getting approved here. We don't know the timeline exactly. They may delay it into January, but the big boys know. The big boys know we're closer than we have ever been. And major money is going to flow into the ecosystem, guys. If you think crypto's been crazy now, I'd even go as far to say that the market is probably even underestimating this spot ETF. Some people are calling it hype and a pump. I think this market could even be, even with this excitement, underestimating how big this ETF could be for Bitcoin, right? Some people are estimating $1 trillion could come in. It could be a lot more. And remember, if you guys have been watching my content for a long period of time, what has my thesis for crypto always been? My thesis for crypto was never that, oh, everybody is going to go all in on Bitcoin. There's going to be a demise of all fiat currencies. Maybe that will happen. And there's a high probability that could happen. But that was never my thesis. My thesis for crypto exploding to crazy price points, and the reason I personally want to be invested, is because if all the world's wealthy people, if the billionaires and the millionaires wanted to just take out a little bit of Bitcoin, not because they believe in it as a crazy, amazing asset class, but just because it causes enough of a problem to them, that they go, you know what, I best take this Bitcoin thing seriously, right? There's a spot ETF, my bank is now telling me to buy it, BlackRock are buying it, Fidelity, my advisor at Fidelity is telling me to buy some Bitcoin and get some exposure. And they start moving 1 to 5% of their huge portfolios. Forget us guys, right? 1 to 5% of their multi-billion-dollar portfolios into Bitcoin. What's that going to do to the price? What happens when a percentage of trillions and trillions start to flow in from these funds? Right? It's going to create an explosive environment where you've got a fixed supply asset such as Bitcoin, and the economics are only going one way with a mining and the hash rate continuing to be exponential. This is only going to head in one direction, right? And that's something you guys have to decide for yourself, and you've got to take action based on your level of conviction. But guys, in the midst of all this FOMO, please be very, very smart, right? Be very, very smart. When you see this euphoria in the market, always do the opposite. What did I say? When there's blood in the streets, we want to be buying. When it was horrible and boring and nobody cared and tourists weren't talking about it, I'm then buying. Now that all the tourists are talking about it, people are really excited about Bitcoin and Googling, I'm just sitting back a little bit. Just want it to settle down a bit to see what is that next step from here. Where does that go from here, right? Because the reality is, this could be the turning point for this bear market. This could be the moment where we look back and say, you know what? This was the transition period. Remember when I said we were at that traffic light around that 30,000 mark? This could be that where that traffic light has now turned to amber. And you're either going to make a decision. Are you going to stay there and sit and miss this opportunity? Or are you going to decide to jump in? Because the reality is a majority of people investing in crypto right now, they've seen what crypto has done in previous cycles, but they were too scared to jump in. They didn't do their research. They didn't follow advice. They just listened to friends, listened to YouTubers, watch this type of content, but they never spent the 100 hours to dive into the asset class and do your research. So my question to you right now is this: as the traffic light is on amber, are you going to step in? Are you going to take action? Are you going to research it? And either you're in the market or you're not. And it doesn't matter. You make your own personal decision. But don't come crying afterwards saying, oh, these crypto guys were lucky. No, there are crypto people out there who have seen this through the bear market, have been DCAing, have been educating themselves, have been learning, have been adding crypto when the hype has not been there, when nobody's talking about it. When Sam Bankman-Fried is getting sued, when Terra Luna is collapsing, Free Arrows Capital, Voyager, nobody cares. People are just buying slowly and slowly, all the way down to 15,500. So when they get their glory moment now that they've already doubled their money, and more so, and Bitcoin can head up to all-time highs at 69,000, they'll be quadruple, 5x their money. You can't say they were lucky. They put in the work. Are you going to put in the work? Are you going to get in? Or are you just going to sit there and procrastinate? Because now is not the time to complain. And I shared this message with you guys 3-4 days ago, and you'd already be up 15-20%. And if you're not in my trading group, guys, I don't know what to tell you. Right? The trading signals are popping off 15%, 20%, 17% spot returns, just regularly on spot trades. If you want to take trading seriously, which not everybody has to do, you're fine if you're just investing in the long run. But if you actually want to trade and you're done with the trial and error, the guessing, trying to figure it out, ijaz.uk/TG, join our Telegram group, right? Join the Telegram group. Watch how I set up my trades. Watch how I get in, how I get out, how I do my stop losses. And you'll be able to pick up some of those returns as well. So definitely check that out. Links in the description. ijaz.uk/TG. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.